everyone, Meg here from I Teach Stamping. Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be making a gingham birthday card. I'm so excited to share this one with you. I love the way this one turns out. So let's take a minute and review our supplies. We're going to need 2 punches, the daisy punch and the tailored tag punch, the balmy blue ink pad, and then our sentiment. This one comes from the Well Said stamp set. And then I've got 2 strips of the Gingham Gala Designer Series paper. The blue is going to be 3 inches by 6 inches. The yellow is going to be 1 inch by 6 inches. And then I have a scrap piece of it. We just need a little circle out of it. We also need a white piece of cardstock that's an extra. We're going to be punching our flowers out of this one. A piece of white, Whisper White, that's going to be 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and then another piece of Whisper White that's going to be 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and I scored it at 5 1/2. I also took a strip of white cardstock that's going to be 1 inch, and the length of it really doesn't matter. You want one section to be 6 inches, and then what's left of it is perfect for your sentiment. You want it to be about 3 inches long. So ahead of time, I went ahead and did some die cutting, just so you're not watching me turn a handle. And I used this stitched scallop die right here. It's also going to be 6 inches. That's important to know. And it's just going along the length of that cardstock. So let me show you where this guy came from and this sentiment. So this sentiment came from the Well Said stamp set. This is in the 2019 Occasions catalog is when it's debuting. We won't know for a while now if it's going to carry over into the annual catalog or not. I will go ahead and tell you, it is one of the most expensive, actually it's the most expensive bundle in the catalog. It is. However, to me, it is also the most versatile. So I would rather have one extremely versatile set than 3 or 4 that I'm going to use once or twice, maybe 3 times a year. So that's where the sentiment came from. We're not going to be using the framelits that go along with that one. The other one is going to be, hands down, my favorite framelit set in the entire Occasions catalog, and it's the Be Mine stitched framelit dies. What makes it my favorite is this one right here. I love how it has the scallop on there as well as the stitching to go along with it. It's also an edgelet, so that means it's only going to cut on one end where those scallops are and not this one. This in here so that you can layer it wherever you want on your pattern paper or cardstock, whatever you want. So we have all of this. The other thing that we will need is our paper trimmer, our adhesives, and scissors. On our paper trimmer, I'm going to put my pattern paper up to the 5 1/4 inch mark. I'm going to do my yellow one right next to it. We're going to cut them both at the same time. So we're just cutting off 3/4 of an inch. There we go. I prefer to do all that cutting at the same time. All right, so we've got that. We're done with our paper trimmer, but I just wanted to show you that because part of what we just cut will be for the front of our card, but the other part is going to be for the inside. And I think I might like the inside more than I like the outside. I'm still not sure yet. All right, let's go ahead and do our stamping. So like I said, we're going to use that balmy blue and then this strip of white and our happy birthday. But of course, you can have your sentiment say whatever you want it to say. We're going to stamp it, leaving about 3/4 of an inch on the right-hand side. And since we're already working on our sentiment layer, I'm going to go ahead and do my punching. So this is the tailored tag punch, and I'm going to use it to create a banner on my punch. So I'm not going to punch off too much. I'm going in about 1/4 of an inch because you can always make it shorter. It's just really hard to make it longer. So then we have our happy birthday. I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut right to the edge of where my scallop is. And I can adjust the length of this as we go on. And then we're going to go ahead and cut away the other side of the scallop. Now, before we go any further, if you like the way I'm going through this with you, showing you every single step, reviewing the supplies, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, now's the perfect opportunity to do that. Take 2 seconds and go ahead. So now it's time to do our punching with our daisy punch. So I'm going to just slide this into some white cardstock, and we're going to punch it twice. And dagnabbit, I forgot to mention a punch. So this, when I was going over the supplies, this is a 1/2 inch circle punch. I'm just going to punch out from the blue Gingham Gala. Sorry about that. It's time to work on our flowers. I'm just going to take the edge of my bone folder and just put my thumb over my cardstock and just pull. And that is going to curl my petals. So I'm going to do this on all the petals on both flowers. We'll grab our adhesive and layer our flowers together. Now I'm just gonna drop more adhesive right into the middle, and that's gonna be for our blue gingham. And that part is done. Now we're ready to start building out our card. So I'm gonna start with the larger piece of my gingham. And with this one, remember it's double-sided. I'm gonna flip them so I have the more narrow gingham on one side and the wider gingham on the other. I'm gonna start with my blue, and I'm gonna pick up that piece that we die cut, using that wonderful scallop. And I've got it right to the edge of my die cut, and then I'm gonna take my scissors and trim off the excess. Now I'm gonna bring in my card front. And don't forget, we still have the inside to go. All right, so I'm gonna bring in my card front, and I'm going to start with my yellow. I'm gonna leave about 1/8 of an inch at the top, the left side, and across the bottom. Then we're going to take our blue, and I'm doing the same thing. So 1/8 of an inch, lining it up across the top, the right, and the bottom. Ta-da! Then let's go ahead and add our flower. X marks the spot. Oh, and we need our sentiment. So put this on here next in case we need to do any trim work. So I'm gonna trim off about 3/4 of an inch, just so I don't have as much bulk, because remember we've got cardstock, pattern paper, cardstock, 2 layers of cardstock, and pattern paper on this, so it just helps reduce the bulk. There we go with our happy birthday. And there's our adorable flower. So if you left it like this is awesome. Like, I love this card right here, but just wait. Let's do the inside. I'm gonna start with the same exact thing with the gingham paper. It's gonna go all the way to the edge this time though, leaving about 1/8 of an inch up from the bottom. And I'm gonna add, actually let's get our little scallop added. So see how that perfectly fits with your 6-inch paper? I love this card. I just have to brag on it so much. You know, when you make something sometimes and you're just like, it's all right. But then you make something and you're like, oh my gosh, I love it. This one I love. Look at the inside piece for this. Then all we have to do is add our adhesive to the back and drop it on the inside. Ta-da! Beautiful. I love this. I love the little scallop. I love everything about it. And I hope that you like it too. Now, if you like this video and you haven't subscribed to my channel, take 2 seconds and do that to get all the information about this project. And if you're watching this on YouTube, just look in the description. All the information is there, including a link to all the supplies that I used, as well as a link to the blog post where you can learn even more about this project. So thanks again for watching. Again, I'm Meg from I Teach Stamping, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.